Hi, frequent flower subscribers. Thank you for joining us for another month. This month we've got a special treat for you. We have birds of paradise. So these are really unique blooms that take a little bit of extra work on your part to get them to look beautiful. So your stems that you're receiving today probably look a little bit like this. They just look like the bird beak, not the full bloom. So first I'm going to teach you how we open these. And the reason we have to open them in nature, when they're not cut, they're going to naturally bloom on their own. But once the stem has been cut for us to arrange with, it needs a little help to continue to bloom and to come out of its shell a little bit. So first I'm going to show you how we're going to open one of these up.
So this part is what we refer to as the beak of the bird. And you're going to start by gently pulling the outer green areas from either side. You can slide your thumb down the inside. You're just loosening it up. And you're going to do that on both sides of the beak. Just gently pull away that outer green area and slide your thumb underneath. As you start to do that, you can feel the orange petals starting to pull away, that you can start to lift them up out of the beak. And then gently spread each of the little blooms apart, and you start to see the vivid blue colors inside. Some of the areas are going to be this kind of clear skin, opaque part. That part you can just peel off and just gently pull away, and then that reveals more of the bright orange vivid colors. And then you just slowly start to pull each bloom out, and you really display the whole bird of paradise.
Now that you've seen how to open it, I've got a few other tricks to tell you about too. So if yours feel very tight and a little hard to get open, you might want to soak the heads a little bit. So what you can do is just in your kitchen sink, or if you've got a large bucket, just fill it with water and submerge the heads and let them soak for about 20 minutes. What that's going to do is start to kind of break apart the kind of natural sap that's in there that holds the stem together, holds that bloom together. And just by letting them soak, it sort of softens it and makes it easier for you to open them. The other thing is, if they're really tight like this one that I have here, you may give it another day or two. You can enjoy some of the blooms now, give this another day or two, even in your vase of water, just to loosen up, and then you can start to open it. Now that I have all my open stems, we can start to arrange. So something I love about birds of paradise is I've always thought it was a bird because it looks like a beak. It certainly does. But it's really about, once you get that fan open, that it looks like a bird in flight. And the more mature the bloom, the more of the deeper blue colors you're going to see. Sometimes as you open it, these top ones may look a little weathered just because they're the first ones to bloom. So you can always pull those off and still enjoy the other ones. I think I had one in here, let me see, that looked a little damaged on the outside. I'll probably come to them as I start to arranging. But you could always pull off the damaged blooms and still have others to arrange with. So if you've been a frequent flowers subscriber for a while, you've seen us do vase arrangements where we cross our stems to create a grid so that your flowers stand very nice and upright in your vase. We're going to do that same practice here. These birds of paradise definitely have a thicker stem. They're pretty tall as well, and their height's part of what makes them beautiful. So you want to make sure you've got a larger vase. This is a flower we like to arrange sometime in floral foam as well, just because you can get some really neat architectural shapes with it, and the floral foam gives you a little bit more control of exactly where you're placing your stems. If you're interested in floral foam, just let us know. We can certainly get you some of that as well. So I'm going to start, as I place it in my vase, I'm crossing it to the other side, giving them a nice fresh cut, and I've got flower food in this water already. And these flowers are known as a form flower. They're not necessarily a focal, they're not linear, they're just their own shape, have more of an architectural style to them. So we're just gonna let them do their thing and show off like they do. So we're not gonna do anything too crazy, kind of keep it simple this month. You can see as I place the stems, I continue to go across and create that grid. I'm gonna give this guy some height. So birds of paradise, we'll move him a little bit, but birds of paradise are native to South America. They are grown here in the U.S. At Hawaii, they're very prevalent, and then also California. Actually, like cut stems like this for the floral industry, most of them that come from the U.S. come from California and LA actually. Sometimes too, this one I opened and he wasn't quite ready to be opened. You can see he doesn't have the same color as the rest. So if you think you've got a bud that's a little too tight, like I said, you can still keep it in the water, but maybe give it a couple of days to mature a little bit. Spin our vase around. Once you create that grid too, you can be a little bit more particular about where you want your blooms to face. There we've got our birds of paradise vase. You also received tea leaves this month, and tea leaves are a fun one. You can leave them, give the height. Maybe you want to make your arrangement kind of one-sided. Give some height in the arrangement. You guys aren't going to see me during this video because I'm going to be hiding behind the flowers. The other thing you can do is you can fold your leaves. Lots of times we like to curl them over, and we will just staple them to stay in place. I can show you that real quick. Let me steal your, Trista's over here working next to me. Steal her stapler. I've literally just stapled it right into place, and when we put that in our vase, you're not going to see those staples at all. So I'm going to curl it back, put a couple of staples. I'm stapling into, oh, that one didn't fold. Stapling through the spine of the leaf. It's just a little stronger. It's less likely to tear. There we go. And then you can place those into your arrangement like that. So like I said, these birds of paradise are going to take a little extra work on your part, a little more care than typical for our frequent flowers, but I promise they're worth it. These long-lasting tropical flowers are just fun to look at and fun to see all the differences. They're a great one to photograph if you're interested in photographing flowers as a hobby. Just very different and unique. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email us, message us, comment on the video, however you'd like. But thank you for joining us.